Let's talk about the structure of this SPAC, because one of the things that's unique about it is the pipe. These are the investors who are getting in right now, including some investors who had been involved before, who are rolling in, and it sounds like putting more money in. That includes the Barry Dillers of the world, the David Zaslavs of the world, Rob Pittman, we mentioned his name earlier. But interestingly, at least to me, was seeing Chamath Palihapitiya involved in this, because typically he acts as the quote-unquote sponsor of big SPACs. In this case, he's an investor in this. How did that happen?
Well, I think I've had a long relationship with his partner, Ian Osborne, and I think that Hedasvia is an incredible company. And I think what is really interesting here is historically, Chamath and Ian had been investing in SPACs, all right? And there have been questions, by you and others about, are they only investing this for the promote? And that's just not the case. They are looking at a lot of companies, and they are investing at a $10 level, frankly, without warrants, locked up to the end of the deal because they believe in Blade. And I can't tell you how humbled I am by the people that participate in this pipe. This pipe was originally $100 million. It was 2 times oversubscribed. We have fully committed capital at $125 million with, as you said, some of the best names in the industry. So we're really pleased.
Literally, as you've been on the air here, and just this morning, you're looking at this about 17% up right now. We keep talking about IPOs and whether companies are actually getting the right value. Do you look at that? You have money in this continuing, of course, so this is a good thing for you. But how do you look at the process? And a lot of people talk about whether the IPO process is broken, and then people even talk about sometimes some of the valuations on SPACs. I don't want to say are broken, but there's sometimes some misalignments.
Well, I think what's interesting here is that, if you look at our partner KSL, they have always been in aviation. And in fact, they own 17 FBOs, which are terminals and airports, which will allow us in the future, and hopefully the near future, to have staging areas for eVTOL, allow them to have lower repositioning costs, charging areas in important cities, places like Westchester and Palm Springs and Sarasota, Florida. So picking the right partner was very important. And it's also important to note that, as much as we all talk about these promotes, the valuations reflect that. So in other words, when an investor is evaluating a SPAC, that is pro forma for any promote that may come into play. I think what's important from an issuer and from a company or an entrepreneur or a new company is really the ability to sell to investors that potential the company has, a company that's amidst a transformation. And right now, there truly is an incredible transformation in terms of mobility on the ground, and it's going into the air. And you had yesterday, I believe, you had TPG on the phone with Coulter. I know he invested, he created a company for electric charging in Europe, and he said, I'm not sure which of these car companies are going to be the winner, but I know they're all going to be charged. Blade is really an index play on eVTOL. Billions have been poured in by manufacturers like our investor Airbus, Boeing, and other companies. Right. We don't know who's going to win. But we know there's going to be a service layer. We know they're going to need terminals. We know they're going to need booking.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.